We are back again. Welcome to YouGarden TV. If you don't know us, you might watch it for the first time. My name is Shaun Ryan.
I'm Bex Edwards.
Matt is doing all the technical things. You don't get to see him. We get to hear him. But the next 2 hours...
He's very loud.
He's a bit loud.
He's very loud.
He's actually. Over the next 2 hours, we've got some amazing deals. We really have. And what I'm really excited about, we've got some big price reductions on what I'd call essentials.
Oh my word, I'm so excited about this. Strolch first of all.
Yeah, which is like a life-changing product in the garden. Got a big reduction on our heavy duty pots, and wait till you see our mini orchard collection. Yeah. Like if you're looking to grow your own plums, pears, apples, cherries, you can do it all for under £26. But let's go through. We call this the housekeeping.
The boring stuff, but it's important because it gives you the biggest savings on all of your items. The first thing you see is this code right down here. Now, it changes every week, but it's the magic code, because what that does is it gives you the amazing prices. You get the savings. You also get free postage on every single order that you make via the YGTV items. You can shop the web, but you will pay a postage cost. But here on YGTV, as long as you enter that code, you'll get free postage, the double up deals, the savings, the bog-offs, all of those, and it's all unlocked using that code.
And Bex and I, we often talk about pricing with YouGarden. We absolutely guarantee you get the best prices on the live YouGarden show.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And we shop with YouGarden a lot, and the best prices are here right now. Now, also, you will see 3 prices on the screen. You see the RRP, you won't be paying that. You'll see the red price, which is the price that you will be paying. And you can see with the Strolch, that is a massive saving of over £25. But there is a yellow price on the screen, which is a discount club price. And that is the best price. And if you want to get the club price, you need to join the club today. It's brilliant. It's on offer right now on auto renewal, and it's just £10 per year. And that will give you 15% off all the products on the show. So compost pots, all the plants, all the bulbs. But you'll also get 7.5% off outdoor living and machinery, £20 in product vouchers, and that is almost like getting £20 worth back in cash, 2 free P&P vouchers. You won't need those when you're ordering from the show, but as Bex said, if you order from the website, then they will give you 2 free postage orders, and you're going to get exclusive offers, and you will get expert gardening knowledge.
That's what we're here for.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And between us, we know an awful lot, but we also have got the head gardener and our lovely Adam, who has won 4 gold awards at Chelsea. So between the 4 of us, we should be able to cover...
We can cover most things. What I don't know, Shaun or Adam will know. You know,
we don't know, the head gardener will know, and if he doesn't know, we are in trouble. Yeah. So yeah, and we would love you to be part of the live show. How could you get in touch with us?
Well, you can get in touch on YouTube. Good morning, Neil and Marisia and Verna, who have all started commenting on the YouTube feed. You can also comment on Facebook, which Matt will be keeping an eye on, and you can send us emails to ygtv@yougarden.com. Ali G's already in with her first pictures. If you've got any pictures you want to share with us, or questions or comments, you're most welcome to send them to that email. We are live and interactive this morning on Thursday morning. Of course, if you're watching back, we won't be able to answer those emails, but this is why you want to be with us live.
And do stay with us for the whole 2 hours if you can, because we've got clearance prices on bulbs. Yes. And it's a great time still to plant your bulbs. I mean, we haven't planted any yet.
I haven't planted a thing.
We will do, but it's only November, so you know it's still time to plant bulbs. We've got clearance prices. We've got lots of double up deals where for a few more pounds you can actually double up on your plants, and we've got lots of new items as well. So it's going to be great. It's going to be great live.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. The biggest thing for me though is this Strolch, 100%. I want you to check out the price, please, because discount club price on this is £22.92. That is not for 1 bag. That is for 2 bags of Strolch.
That's amazing, isn't it?
It's an incredible, and that's a delivered price, everybody. You are not paying any postage as long as you enter that code. You'll get the massive saving, and it will be delivered direct to your door. And now is an ideal time. I always talk about this as being a year-round product, but I think there's 2 key times in the year where you're going to put this down and it's going to do amazing things. One of them is sort of springtime, when the slugs and the snails are going to come up and they're going to eat all your tender plants. Strolch will stop the slugs and snails from getting to them. But the second one is right now. There's going to be a frost tonight in our area. It's getting pretty chilly, isn't it, anyway? But it's actually going to drop below 0 tonight. Obviously, it's different for different areas of the country, but here, below 0 tonight, down to about -2. So this is the perfect time to get your mulch and to start protecting those plants.
So if you've used this before, we'd love to hear from you. So you can comment, say, on YouTube, comment in the emails. But it's such a versatile product. I call it a really good egg because it actually benefits you in so many different ways. And it also suppresses weeds as well. It can suppress those by up to 95%. And the reason being, when you put a layer of this on your beds, borders and pots, it doesn't allow light to get through it. So it stops the seeds of weeds actually germinating.
Yeah.
So it really does make such a difference in cutting back on weeds as well. As Bex was saying, it acts as a duvet at this time of year. So sometimes just a couple of extra degrees will be the difference between a plant living and dying in the winter. It will do that. Slugs and snails hate it. It doesn't kill them. It's an organic product, so you're still keeping, obviously, slugs and snails, but they just hate the feel of it. So when they get near it, they go, oh, I don't like that, and they just move on to something else.
They do.
And so the great thing is, if you put this around plants that are really susceptible to slugs, I mean, hosta's the obvious one, but there are so many. Quite often it's new growth as well that gets eaten by slugs. It's that new healthy growth. You've often found that with things like your lupins and other perennials. It really will deter the slugs. And this year in the summertime, it was brilliant. I had it around things like my strawberries and raspberries. It helped keep the moisture in. So on a dry summer, it was great as well.
Absolutely. I'm actually going to be getting myself a few bags of this. I'm using it for a slightly different purpose. So I'm going to be digging out a whole border. I've decided to actually pay some attention to my garden now. Now that I'm not moving, I'm going to pay some attention to the borders. And there's one long border at the back there that I'm going to dig out, and I'm going to replace all the plants that are in there. I'm going to do a big old, I'm going to do a peony and hydrangea border, blah, blah, blah. But I have got clay soil. It is thick. I gave myself tennis elbow one year from digging a plant out of there because it's such thick, heavy clay soil. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get myself a few bags of this. I'm actually going to dig it into the ground because it will help to improve the soil texture. So I'm going to use it for a slightly different purpose, but it's still a really good one. Yeah,
so there are so many uses and benefits. The key thing is today, the price. That price is amazing. $22.92 for all of you club discount members, and that is for 2 big 9-kilogram bags. Let us know if you're buying it today. Let us know in the chat, and actually let us know what you are buying it for. What's the main use for you? Say it's multi-purpose, but maybe you've got a particular use in mind, but we would love to hear from you. But that is incredible. Bear in mind, it's delivered free of charge as well.
I love that. Yeah. Straight to your door, ready to go.
But to get that price, don't forget, you do need to use the offer code YGTV 4725. Can't believe it's week 47. We're nearly at the end of the year.
Christmas is round the corner. I'm starting to feel festive now.
Yeah, I am.
I'm actually starting to feel Christmassy.
Yeah, I am.
I was watching, I always like to watch I'm a Celebrity. Does anyone else watch I'm a Celebrity?
Yeah, I watched it last night, yeah.
I love Celebrity. Don't tell me because I didn't watch last night. I'm on catch-up at the moment because I have to watch it with the kids. I do love to watch it, Matt, but I have to watch it with the kids and it's on too late for them. I have to get them in bed. So we always do it on catch-up. So I'm always at least a day behind.
I'm a day behind as well, so don't worry.
Okay, good. No spoilers,
Bex,
please.
Do I sound honest if I say, well, I don't know all of them. I don't know all of them.
I don't know all of them.
Oh, good.
My kids are very excited about Angry Ginge.
Yes.
Because he's a content.
It's content.
Angry Ginge. I was like, I haven't got a clue who he is. Anyway. I'm watching that at the moment, and obviously they've got all the adverts in between, haven't they? That are all very Christmassy, and that's what's actually made me start feeling Christmassy.
I am excited about Christmas. It is only 6 weeks away. We have got a little bit of Christmas in the show as well. We've got some beautiful Christmas helleballs as well. Right, just back to some basics, some big savings. Get this. And we have got, as we said, our mini orchard collection coming up. So, heavy duty pots, 3 of them for $13.57.
That is amazing.
Isn't it?
Yeah, that is amazing, honestly. All 3 of those delivered with no postage, ready for you to get using them. And the great thing is we use them for so many different things in the garden. I love your Christmas trees, and then you put some hessian around them at Christmas, don't you?
Yeah, I've got
Make them look festive. Oh, have you killed them? Are they dead?
They're both living, but one really dried out in the summer, so it's not looking its best. It's greened up, but
yes.
I'm going to have to hide the bad side.
Okay, fine.
But yes, they're still living in those pots, they are. But this time of year, weeding, clearing up leaves. you know, you're still probably taking out some of your summer bedding.
Yeah.
You know, they are brilliant just as, you know, working pots, but there are so many things you can grow in them. So we've got the heavy juice pots on offer. This is what I always do. Do you do the same, Bex?
I do actually. I find it so much easier to work from the pot than from the bag. I've got loads of things growing in here. I do all my grow your owns in here, but I've also got roses growing in them. I've got cordylines in there. I've got my trachycarpus in there. I've got my Barnsley baby growing in this as well. So loads of perennial plants, and it's their permanent home. I'm never going to plant them anywhere else, but I've also got loads of other things that I was using these as a temporary home for. So again, I was growing things on, ready to plant in the new garden. Well, they've just been a temporary home. Those plants, which are mostly the hydrangeas, are now going to get planted into my border once I get it sorted. So it does have so many uses.
It really does. And one thing that we really want to highlight is the great drainage on these. Now, we've had, like, it flooded where I live a few days ago. Literally all the roads flooded. The downpour was torrential. And it's amazing how many plants can get waterlogged just in a few hours now with climate change. Look at this. Bex has put her fingers through. But the drainage on these pots is incredible. You've got all the massive draining holes around the side and underneath. So I'm going to say it's pretty much impossible for plants to get waterlogged. And waterlogging is probably the biggest killer of plants. Yeah. You know, it rots the roots, it kills the plants. But the drainage on these is superb, and the way they're made.
Oh, it's so tough, so strong, so durable, moulded handles. I mean, I've had some for, must be going on 7, 8 years now, still going strong. I know you've had yours way longer.
I think I've had mine 15 years or more.
Still going strong, absolutely. They're UV stable, they're frost protected, the handles are moulded into place, which I love because obviously they're not going to, you know, tear or break or rip off. Also, it makes it easier for moving things around the garden, and you can share the load. You know, if it's too heavy, you can have one person on one side and another on the other side.
So the best investment you can have. I know a lot of you will already have these, but if you want another 3, discount club price is $13.57 today. Now, we have got, and you'll be so pleased to hear this, we've got our mini orchard collection back. So many have been asking, when are the bare root mini orchards coming back? They are back today. The price, I'm not going to give you it yet, but you get 4 of the favourite fruits in the UK: Conference pear, Braeburn apple, Victoria plum and Stella cherry. So 4 outstanding varieties of fruit. Look at the quality of the bare root trees. I won't say the quality, look at the size of them, but they're multi-branched as well. These are not whips, these are not just a single branch. Yeah. These are multi-stemmed.
That is important to point out, because you'll often see in supermarkets at this time of year, they do sell these you know, fruit trees, but they are whips. Yes. They are not the multi-branched ones.
And a whip is like literally a single stem.
Yeah.
Now also, if you are looking at bare root fruit trees at the supermarkets, what you'll often find are varieties that you've never heard of.
Yeah.
And they maybe sound exotic when you read them. Oh, an apple with a lovely pink flesh, da-da-da-da-da. And the name is, think of a weird name, Pinkawana or something, right? It's a Pinkawana apple. The point I'm going to make is a lot of those unheard varieties, the ones that you don't know, are actually quite difficult to grow and maybe not as good as they sound.
Yeah.
You know, these are the varieties that the commercial growers actually use, because Conference pear, Braeburn apple, Stella cherry, Victoria plum, they're the nation's favourite fruits, but they're the easiest to grow as well.
They are indeed, and look at the price. Look at the saving first of all. It's £44.99 saving here. Add your £6.99 postage. In fact, this might even have been one of the £8.99 postage. Sometimes for the larger items, you have to pay £8.99 postage. So you're saving your postage cost on this as well. Our discount club price here is £29.72. That is your delivered price. Maths wizard, how much is that per plant?
Less than $7.50.
There you go.
Less than $7.50 for a tree. And don't forget, this is our mini orchard collection. So the fruit trees are never going to grow more than a few metres or so. So you can grow them in heavy duty pots. You can grow them in small gardens, small spaces, but they're heavy croppers. So small trees with massive yields.
Absolutely. For decades as well.
Yeah.
They live for decades. You know, minimal care. You have to do a bit of looking after.
Oh, you're right, Bex. The delivery is $8.99.
Yeah, enter that code and it will disappear. You will get this without that £8.99 postage. And if you're a club member, obviously, you're going to save even more money on that. Look, £5.25 saved by being in the club.
So club members, it works out less than $7.50 a fruit. That is amazing value. Now, we often get asked, when will they fruit? And we always say, we don't guarantee they'll fruit in the first year, but they may do. You may get a small crop in 2026. But this is a journey. So 2027, 28, and then into 2030, whatever. These are going to be giving you crops of fruit, kilos and kilos of Stella cherries, Brabant apples, Conference pears, Victoria plum, for years, if not decades.
Some people really are confused about bare roots and the fact that you can plant things, not just bare roots, you can plant other perennial, potted, rooted plants right now. So many people are confused about this, I've noticed. I've had so many comments from people saying, what, I can plant them now? Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely, you can plant them now.
Great time right now.
The only rules are really, when it comes to planting, I'm talking about hardy perennials here, as long as the ground isn't completely waterlogged or completely frozen. And when I say completely frozen, I do mean like the top 3 or 4 inches of the ground being frozen. Yeah, that's what I mean by completely frozen. Absolutely, it is perfect time to plant these, perfect time to plant perennials, and Karina, yes, perfect time to plant bulbs right now. You can happily plant them.
We haven't planted any yet.
I will be doing it over the next few weeks, but I haven't planted a single bulb other than for work.
Now, in terms of what you need to do with these, when they're delivered, you do want to plant them as soon as you can. Put them in a bucket of water overnight, give all the roots a really good soak. And we always say a few hours, but overnight is best. And then plant them. Just make sure that there, see here, that's where it's been grafted. This is going to keep the tree small, basically. So that rootstock is going to keep this really small. I would say 1.5 meters, 2 meters. That just needs to be above ground level. That's it. That's it.
Into your pots, into the ground, nice sunny spot, good free draining soil. Put it in our premium professional compost because it's, it's nutrient rich. It's going to be the best thing for them to grow in. And honestly, you will be amazed at how those grow. I know you need to have some imagination. You're looking at them and going, there, it's just a big old twig. But trust me, those are just dormant plants, fast asleep, ready to be woken up by you planting them.
And when you think of the value, say club members are going to get them for less than £7.50 a tree. Just think about how many hundreds, if not thousands of pounds worth of fruit you're going to be growing in your lifetime now. You're going to be picking your own Stella cherries. A little punnet of cherries. Do you know what? Yeah, a large punnet of cherries could easily cost you £7.50, couldn't it?
Easily.
And that's the price you paid for the fruit tree.
Yeah.
Pears, 4 Conference pears in a nice little packet in your posh supermarkets could easily be £3, £3.50. Brabant apples, again, the nation's favourite apple. It's sweet, but it's tart at the same time. It's got that lovely crunch. But again, you could be paying £2 or £3 for a few of those apples. You can grow kilos every single year. Just makes sense, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
And we should say self-fertile, so you don't need to buy 2 of each. You can do if you want.
Yeah, if you want to, if you've got the space, absolutely. Yeah. Why not?
But isn't it great? I mean, Bex, you don't have a massive garden,
nope.
But you still can grow loads of fruit and veg in there.
Absolutely. I mean, I could have those in those 30-litre pots on my patio, and I live in a what I class as a normal normal-sized garden.
So don't think you cannot have your own orchard. You can if you go for those. But we will let you know they're one of the most popular items ever. Matt's just said loads of you already putting those in your baskets. Do not miss out because they're one of our best sellers every single year, and it's taken a while to get those back this year, but they are ready right now for you to get planting. Right, we're going to stay fruity. And we have got our blueberry collection next. Is this one that you bought?
It is,
yeah. I thought so.
This is the collection that I got whenever it was now.
2 years
ago?
2
years ago.
I remember now.
So this was after so I planted them about February, March time. It was early on in the year, maybe April in actual fact, because I remember filming this 6 months later. This is the autumn foliage colour that it gives you, and blueberries are known for giving you the most amazing display. You can see that they're in the 30-litre heavy-duty pots, so that should give you a sort of size indication. I planted them as 9-centimetre pots, the ones that we're bringing you today, and that's what they grew to in the first season.
And actually, Bex, the size that they grew to would be the size that we sell in a 3 to 4 litre pot.
Yes.
So the value, by going for the 9 centimetres, the money you'll save, because you saw that, that's how big they grew in one season. Did you get blueberries then, the first year?
No. I don't, 2 or 3, like a little handful.
Yeah.
A little handful.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect to get loads.
I would not expect it. It's very much about it putting its roots down and getting established. However, this year, I had so many blueberries because they'd got in, they'd got established, and I was picking blueberries for weeks from this particular collection. And this is one of the best collections for you to get because you've got an early cropper, a mid cropper, and a late cropper. They all help each other out and pollinate each other and all the rest of it as well, which really does increase your fruit production. And I was constantly going out and picking blueberries. Once we got into the sort of late summer, sort of, was it July? Maybe it was July, August time, and definitely in August. I was going out and they were ripening up, picking a handful, taking them in. Amazing.
And that's why it is such a good collection. I mean, you could just go for 3 of the same, 3 of the New Hanover, but then you'd only be getting blueberries in sort of June time.
Yeah.
But this collection has been put together to give you blueberries in June, July and August. So you've got an early, mid and a late cropper. That just makes sense to me.
And they're totally winter hardy, these plants. So they, you know, you can plant them now. They can spend the winter getting their roots in, getting established. In the springtime, you'll get those gorgeous little, you know, bell-shaped white flowers. Each one of those flowers then has the potential to turn into these blueberries that you see, and they are so tasty. I never used to really like blueberries, I'll be honest with you. Didn't really like them because I ate them because I know how good they are, you know, packed with antioxidants, really rich in vitamins, and I used to eat them bought from the supermarket because I knew they were good for me, but I didn't enjoy eating them. I did enjoy eating my own. When they've been warmed by the sun and you've grown them yourself and you go and pick them, oh my word.
There's so much more, I think they're so much more tasty.
They really are.
And you'll be pleased to know, low in calories as well. So very easy to grow, sunny spot. The one thing that we do need to tell you is that they are an acid-loving plant, which means they need ericaceous compost. So if you haven't got any ericaceous compost, add that to your order. You can grow these in pots and containers, say the 30-litre pots would be absolutely superb for these, 1 in each, and they'd be happy there for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, they would.
But I'm really glad that we saw the pictures of yours in autumn, because we often forget that, you know, although you're growing these maybe primarily for the fruits, you've got all the blossom, all the little white flowers, and you've got beautiful autumnal foliage.
It's a pretty plant.
It is, yeah.
It's a bonus that it gives you, you know, fruit from it. It's a pretty plant.
I mean, I must admit, I do tend to grow fruit and veg that, because my area of fruit and veg is amongst all my flowers, I like them to be pretty.
Yeah.
You know, they are. So amazing value. They're working out, well, club members, £11 £2. So we're talking about £3.66, something like that, per plant.
I leave the maths to you.
£3.67, something like that. I mean, it's amazing. In 9 centimetre pots. And yes, it's a good time to plant them. As Bex said, they're fully winter hardy. So don't think, oh, it forecasts frosted later in the week. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't.
They'll be fine.
Right, we're going to move on to the agapanthus next. 5.
Yeah, 5 bare roots.
God, that's even better value. 5 bare roots for £12.99, or you can double up and go for 10 bare roots, and all you pay is £17.99. So amazing value on these. And we were saying, Bex, I mean, you know, we sell a lot of agapanthus in pots, but to buy them as a bare root, you're going to get them for just a few pounds each. But also, what fun, what a journey.
I did plant these earlier on this year. Just, I don't know, 4 weeks ago, 3-4 weeks ago, I actually planted these up. I've got the bare roots, because this is one of the most show-stopping, head-turning agapanthus that you can get. This is not one of the small ones, which are beautiful in themselves. These are one of the ones that get big. These can get 90 centimetres, even 1.20 m in height, between 3 and 4 feet. They are absolutely show-stopping, and I kind of really wanted to go on the journey with this one. Sometimes we say skip to the good bit, you know, jump ahead, get the bigger one, but actually sometimes it's fun to go on the journey. So I've planted those bare roots up, put them into pots. I will give those pots a little bit of winter protection because they're not fully hardy, these. So I will move them into the conservatory. In fact, I must do that when I get home tonight, because it's going to go down to -2 tonight, isn't it? I must do that today. I'll give them a little bit of winter protection. And then next year, I'm hopeful I might get a flower or two. They take a little bit of time to establish, but when they do, you have gone on that journey with them.
And I say, I think some of the most fulfilling plants that I've grown have been from bare roots, because it is lovely. You know, you're getting them for a fraction of the price, but in a few years you'll have big displays like that. Now, very important, do not forget the double up deal. We have got, by the way, several incredible double up deals. We've got them with
they're over there.
Some of our Nandinas, we've got them with our Aloe Petalums. So many of the deals today, if you double up, it's for just a few pounds more. And you might think, is 10 agapanthus too much? But it isn't, because actually they like to be clumped together. They don't want a lot of space. You want to plant these really close together.
Well, also look at this. You know, that's several plants there to create that display, and that does look absolutely incredible. £1.79 a plant.
Well done, Bex.
Thank you.
Yeah, but you're right.
You're divided by 10's easy.
Yeah, that is an easy one. Yeah, well, when you put it like that, though, £1.79 for an agapanthus.
I know, and a big, beautiful agapanthus as well.
Yes, as Bex was saying, these are the tall, show-stopping ones. I've seen these in their native country, South Africa, and they are so impressive. Yeah. But they grow very well in the UK, but plant them close together and give them the sunniest spot possible. And actually, in a few years' time, when they establish, you can even take some off for cut flowers. I've actually got a pot of the agapanthus blue. Do you remember it? Did you see it? Did I send a picture in? It's in the wooden decked area.
No, I don't remember seeing it.
Oh, I mean, I only got, well, I say only, I think I got about 7 flowers this year.
Right.
But they looked amazing.
They are amazing.
And actually, the flowers do last a long time. So, best time to get them is now, because we have got the offer on that double up deal, and I would definitely do that. So it's, £5 more for twice the amount of bare roots. Don't be scared of planting bare roots. It is very, very easy. Now we're going to move on to a sensational offer on our English lavender. We've both got this. We've both got a lot of it. Have you dug some of yours
No,
up
it's
finally?
all gone now, unfortunately, in my garden. I will plant some more lavender at some point, but this was my lavender of choice.
Yes, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was, absolutely. So I did the border along the side of the driveway, and it was fully lavender hidcote. It is English lavender. It's perfect for colour, for fragrance, for long-lasting colour, and for bringing those pollinators into the garden. Every year I was so happy to see it humming with life with the bees and the butterflies.
Well, I've got this in. I've done a formal garden at the front of my house, and I've got 2 massive borders just full of this and buxus hedging, and then I've got a informal area with this down a gravel pathway. Both work really well. But yes, if you are looking for hundreds of bees and butterflies in your garden, this is definitely the plant to go for. If you're looking for incredible fragrance, this is definitely the plant to go for. And I think we often forget with lavender, they are winter hardy, but they're also evergreen. So even in the winter time, you've got this lovely kind of silvery blue foliage. And I can smell that from here.
Yeah,
stunning.
Honestly. I mean, it's not just the flowers that are fragrant, it is the foliage as well.
Yeah.
Really good quality plants. And the other thing about these is that they are drought tolerant as well. So these aren't ones that need constant attention. What I found with lavender was really it only needs your attention once a year, and that's to give it a trim back after the flowers are faded.
And that's it.
That's kind of it.
And you were so right. I remember this summer was so dry, and I've got a fair-sized garden, and I got absolutely sick of watering it, and it was such a relief to look at the 2 lavender beds and go, yeah, they're fine.
Yeah, leave them alone.
Yeah, they're fine. And do you know what? Lavender also really does well in a poor soil. It doesn't want a rich soil. It doesn't want to be fed all the time. I never feed my lavender. No. I've never once fed it.
Nope.
Never.
Never did.
The only thing we'll say, it does need good drainage, and it likes sun. So if you have got a heavier soil, I mean, your soil is, is it clay at the front as well?
It is clay at the front. I mean, sometimes a plant surprises you. Yes, it's pretty clayey at the front.
And it still did okay?
It still did okay, plus it's a northeast side of the house, so it would get morning sun for a few hours and then it'd be shady for the rest of the time. Flowered beautifully. What I would tell you is that my lavender flowers seemed to end or go over before a lot of other people's lavender. So even though I got a good profusion of flowers, it did seem to, die off like a good month or so before a lot of other people's. So sun definitely helps, but mine looked amazing.
And if your soil is heavy, I mean, mine's heavy in the front 2 borders. I just mixed in lots of gravel as I planted them. I put lots of gravel in the planting hole. So 6 of those £16.10 for club members. Amazing value, less than £3 a plant. And lavender does look great on massive villages. They'll grow to about 60 by 60 centimetres, so do think about that when you're planting them. Right, we're going to move on to the best hydrangea we've had this year, and I really mean that. It's called Groundbreaker. It is a Groundbreaker, and it's £11.04. And you know, we both love hydrangeas, and we have so many fantastic types of hydrangea here at YouGarden. But this one is the most compact we've ever seen. So it only goes about 34 centimetres
Yeah,
height-wise.
about 40 centimetres max
That's
height and width.
So you imagine, you can do like we've done there.
Yeah.
Whole border. You know, front of the border.
I quite like the idea of doing a double hydrangea.
So do I.
Hydrangea, you know, your big hydrangea at the back, and then do a row of hydrangea at the front.
Yeah, I do.
That would be so cool, wouldn't it? And you could with this.
You could. And it's one of the colour changing ones as well, so you get whites and creams and pinks and cerise colours. But it's been bred to be basically a ground covering plant. And it's beautiful. I bought this recently. I bought it a few weeks ago. My plan is, right round the front of my main border, I'm just going to have several of these all dotted along.
Nice.
Be great, won't it?
Be perfect in pots as well.
Yeah.
If you're a container gardener, small space gardener, if you haven't got huge amounts of room, you know, a lot of hydrangeas out there, they're going to grow to 4 feet height and spread, which is beautiful if you've got loads of space. But if you've got smaller spaces, this is absolutely ideal, isn't it? You can still have hydrangea paniculata.
And they can flower for, you know, 100 days a year or so, maybe even more. So they are, it's a breeding breakthrough. We've never had a hydrangea quite like this. Fully winter hardy, so don't worry again if it's cold next week, whatever, it doesn't matter. And I think one would be slightly lost. I would definitely go for 2 or 3, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Or 6, 9, 12.
However many you can fit in and afford.
I think I bought 9.
Yeah.
I think I bought 9, yeah. But I mean, they're only £11.04 each.
Yes. You've got a big garden, haven't you? So you've got a lot of space to fill.
But I just thought, you know, because it likes, you know, sort of like semi-shade. So I just thought I'd just dot them around my main sort of like garden, which gets, you know, some sun, but not like full sun. I think they'll do great there.
It'd be perfect.
Yes. But I love hydrangeas, but I thought how cute that it only goes to 40 by 40 centimetres max. It's a lovely one, isn't it?
Beautiful.
Great for your pots. We have got some lovely pots coming up, by the way.
Oh, we have.
On offer.
My favourite.
There's a glazed blue pot that we both love that's just over £12. That is coming up. Don't let's forget to tell you about that one. And then, what about our Christmas rose Bex?
Yeah, I mean, I love a hellebore anyway, but this one I think is just incredible.
Let me show you this.
This one's been bred specifically for longer flowering season and way more flowers as well. So I think this one's an outstanding variety of hellebore. Beautiful, pure white flowers that also colour change as well. So you get those wonderful shades of green, but you get blush pinks. You get some kind of, you know, vintage tones to the colours on there. And the amount of flowers you'll get from this is amazing. They flower way earlier than other hellebores as well. These have been in flower for the last, 2-3 weeks here on the nursery, and they're going to flower right the way through Christmas, into January, and probably through February as well.
In fact, I think they might go a bit longer.
Maybe even into March too.
I think last year some of mine flowered into like end of March, early April.
Wow.
Now, something I did last year, and I highly recommend doing this, is to use these for indoor displays. That looks like my mantel shelf.
Oh, I think that's your garden, your house. I see you've got your trowel there as well from QVC. Your golden trowel.
Pride of place. Yeah, I won the. It's a bit of fun on QVC where we. It's the best garden tips, and I was determined to win that Shaun and Bex.
Good.
It looks quite nice there, doesn't it? But yeah, so that's what I do every year. I have the hellebores as Christmas displays, and. Do you know what? It's not an indoor house plant, but as long as you keep it well watered, don't put it near hot radiators and open fires. They're absolutely fine. Those candles are fake, by the way. They're not real.
And I only have them in for a couple of weeks. You don't want to keep them inside for too long.
Don't they look festive?
They do. They look amazing.
And if you're wondering where I got those lovely wooden boxes from, they were Morrison's.
You made them?
Oh, no. Morrison's, £2.
I thought you got all crafty then for a minute.
Yeah.
Got your jigsaw
so
out.
I hand carved those. Yeah, I'm very talented. No, but it just gives you an idea. You can do whatever you want with them, but they look lovely, don't they?
Yeah, gorgeous.
Yes. So I highly recommend them. And the colour changing flowers are amazing, and the flowers last a long time. They last a really long time. They go from white to green, and then you get a bit of pink there as well. We should say as well that the flowers are very weather resistant. So if you're planting these outside, the flowers really do stand up very well with frosts and rains and winds. My garden's quite exposed, and I planted them outside after Christmas, and they've done so well. So if you want to go for those, you get 3 12cm pots is what they come in, and they're only $16.99 for club members. 5600 Now the blueberries, we are not surprised. These are proving really, really popular today, and you get 3 of them. Now remember, we call it the long season collection, and the reason being the new Hanover variety that fruits in June. The next one to flower is the Blu-ray, so that will give you fruit in July time, and Ozark Blue is more like August. So you've got June, July, August, 3 months of gorgeous blueberries, and if you plant them now, you should get loads of growth next year. You may get some blueberries next year. We're not going to promise loads and loads, but in year 2, year 3, and for many years to come, you will be getting kilos and kilos of delicious blueberries, high in antioxidants, very nutritious, but low in calories. Don't forget, blueberries do need an acid soil. So if you haven't got a naturally acid soil, then you do need to buy some ericaceous compost. Right, this is Bex and I top tip today with Grow Your Own. This mini orchard has been the best seller at YouGarden for years. And today you can get the Cherry Stella, the Apple Braeburn, the Pear Conference, the Plum Victoria, 4 of the best selling varieties of fruit in the UK, 4 fruit trees for $29.72. Now the arrivals bare roots, do not be scared of planting a bare root. It could not be easier. You soak the roots overnight, you plant the tree in either pots or in the ground in a nice sunny spot, well-drained soil. Keep them well watered until they establish. And then in the springtime, you're gonna get all of the lovely blossom. These are self-fertile, by the way, so you don't need to worry about that. And then you're gonna be picking fruits right the way through late summer into autumn. And these are all heavy croppers. Now, they are called the mini orchard collection because these have been grafted, so they only grow to a couple of metres or so. So they are really compact fruit trees, but they will produce kilos and kilos of delicious fruit for decades to come. Absolutely love those. Now, people often ask us, can you plant those in pots? Absolutely, they are very happy in pots, and we are going to recommend the heavy duty pots. And we have got these available, 3 of those for $15.97. If you're thinking, oh, but I need 4, go for 6 and use the other 2 for lots of the gardening jobs that you see in this clip of film. And that's 130002. Now, gardening essentials are also on offer today, and this is the twin pack of Strolch, $22.92. This is one of the best gardening products you will ever find. It is multi-purpose. So, first of all, you use this as a mulch, and what it will do, it will increase the temperature of the ground by a couple of degrees. So if you use it, any tender plant you've got, put it around it, and it will help keep that plant warm in the winter. It's a brilliant deterrent for slugs and snails. They just don't like the texture, so they don't go near it. So it really protects plants that are eaten by slugs and snails, particularly new growth on things like your delphiniums or your lupins, hostas, for example. Now also, it is a weed suppressant because a layer of this stops the light getting to the ground, so it would stop things like weeds from germinating. So many uses, and that is $101.49. And look at the price, normally $52.97. Today, the discount club price is $22.92. And if you're not a club member, I would join today and get those big savings. Now, apparently, we've got a silly price on the compost as well. 80 litres for $19.97 or $16.97. Now, we worked out before when we did a little bit of arithmetic if you buy the 80 litres when it's an off like this, it works out the best price per litre that we have done all year. So do bear that in mind. If you buy this today, that is the best price per litre that we have done all year. And our compost, if you don't know, it's a compost that we use at the nursery. It is a premium professional compost. It does have peat in it, and I'm not going to shy away from that because a lot of you have been saying that you're struggling with the peat-free compost, but we only put the minimum amount in to give the maximum results. And we also have renewable peats in there, like the sphagnum moss peats. Also, you've got in there composted wood fibre, you've got slow release fertiliser, you've got a wetting agent so it rehydrates very quickly, and you've got a pH buffer, so it's perfect for virtually all plants out there, with the exception being the acid loving plants. So the blueberries would need our ericaceous compost. Right. Hang on.
Shaun's having a little drink, just because he's done a lot of talking there.
Yes.
So back in the room.
My lovely lemon water.
Right, we're jumping into the chat. We're saying hello to all of you. Thank you so much. We love it when you join in. It makes us realise that, you know, we're doing a good job. We're not alone. Marissa has had snow. Quick, heavy shower of snow for 10 minutes. Now it's over. And all the snow has disappeared. My kids are so excited. They desperately want snow. And I keep telling them every year, we live in the wrong part of the country. It's rare we get snow down here.
We don't get a lot.
They're so excited for a snow day, though. Obviously, they don't have to go to school then. So good morning to you all. Karina's in. Hello, my lovely.
Hello, Karina.
Yes, she says, guys, it's freezing. We've had no snow, but my water feature has frozen overnight. Good morning to you, lovely people. Naomi's here as well. Hello to Naomi.
Hello, Naomi. What, the Naomi?
The Naomi.
Hello, Naomi.
Anne said, yesterday I uplifted my geraniums to put them in the garage in the hope of keeping them over winter and planted my last pansies. It was freezing out there. Which geraniums? Because geraniums normally are winter hardy.
Well, it depends which ones. Yeah. Those are your bedding geraniums.
Oh, then yeah, okay, of course, yes,
Little
absolutely.
tip, if it is your bedding geraniums, take some cuttings as well.
Yes.
Yeah, take some, because I put my geraniums in the greenhouse, but sometimes they survive, sometimes they don't. But take some cuttings. All you do is take, like, literally a few inches, take off the bottom leaves, put them in a little glass of water, and you get some roots and get them potted up. I need to move my osteosperm and purple sun when I get home as well, because I want to see if I can get those through to next year. Half mine survived last year. Yeah, well, you left yours out, didn't you? And I'm going to put them in the conservatory. I'm going to see if I can get them through. Fine. Marissa is watching Christmas films. She's getting Christmassy already, so I quite like it. So she's watched White Christmas and Holiday Inn, of course. Oh, fabulous. Karina doesn't like Christmas. It stresses her out. I get it. It's quite. It's funny, isn't it? We went out Christmas shopping yesterday, and you know when you get in. We've still got loads of time, but I got into panic buying mode. I was like, let's get this, let's get this. Do you know what? I used to get into that panic mode, and I don't anymore. No. But I'll be honest, I don't buy a lot of presents, but we just don't anymore. Yeah. We just, you know. Little thing for you. Yeah, we just cut the stress out. That's what you need to do, absolutely. Yeah. Do you know what I love the run up to Christmas. I love making the house look pretty. I love watching Christmas films. Same here. Down, look at a Christmas film, feeling all Christmassy. That's what I enjoy. Pigging myself in all the Christmas food as well. Yes. Carol says, morning Bex, Shaun, Matt, hope it's warm there. How are you all? Well, Carol, I'm going to let you into a secret. I've got a thermal layer on. We have got the heating on in the shed, but I've also put my thermal layer on just to make sure that I do stay nice and warm. I've not got any thermal layer, I've just got lots of white skin. Exactly, yeah, don't see that. I pulled that up a bit too far. Right, so... Do you know what? It was chilly this morning, but there's something nice about that. And actually, many plants in the garden benefit from a bit of a... Yeah. You know, it's called, what's it called? Stratification. Yes, yes. I knew it was something like that. Yes. Stratification. Yes. So good morning to you all in the YouTube chat. Thank you so much. Not many emails this morning. I've just got my Ali G one at the moment. So if you want to send us any emails or any pictures, the email address is YGTV@yougarden.com. So I'm just checking if I can actually read that now. I can. Oh, shut up with you. Perfect eyesight. Sorry, I had an operation on my eye. I can now see. So I'm just like anything I can I'm like, can I see that? Yes. I'm so annoyed. I'd love to be able to see. But anyway. Do you know, the only thing is, all of my friends are 10 years older, with the exception of Bex. Shut up. No, I do too. Look at the mirror. I can actually see my face in the mirror and I'm like, oh, really?
Is that what I look like?
Yeah. How much grey in that beard? Really?
Ali G says, morning all, a few photos taken on Wednesday of things looking good in our garden. I think you will know all the names. I do quite like the can you name the plant? It's a fun game, isn't it? I know this one.
Oh, we know this one.
It's Hyperica.
This was one of the first plants we sold together, do you remember?
I know, and it's such a pretty plant. Absolutely gorgeous, that one.
I always think Hypericas, they've got such a lot of interest for so long. I love all the different coloured berries.
Oh, your crocus. Is this the crocus? Obviously, it's the crocus sativus. You've got a few flowers coming up.
Yeah, look at the flowers.
Yeah, there's a couple of flowers coming up.
And it looks like there's a bit of strulch there.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, Ali's really good at doing a strulch. Yeah. What have you underplanted? You've planted something else. What's the standard in the pot, Ali? We want to know what you've underplanted.
Because we're not that good, just seeing that couple of inches.
We got one of these in the show today.
Yes.
We've got the Sarcococca. Oh my word, those flowers are they're going to be open soon, aren't they?
Yeah.
Loads of flowers.
That is going to smell amazing. It really is.
Will. And final picture from Ali. Oh, the Christmas rose, the hellebore, looking really pretty.
There were some nice, easy plants to identify.
Thank you. Yeah, we knew those ones.
Do you know what? We get really annoyed sometimes if we can't work a plant out.
Really annoys me.
Yeah, you forget. Like, I think I know the popular names. You know, I don't always remember the full Latin names.
And sometimes I just forget. My brain doesn't. My brain is not my friend. Like, I know it, but the name won't come.
Actually, since I've had my eyes fixed, though, I can actually at least see the plants, because sometimes I was like, what's that? Right, anyway, we move on. Thank you so much. Please send your pictures in, and if there's anything you do need to know, any questions, we'll do our very best to answer. If you have just joined us, welcome to YouGarden TV. My name's Shaun Ryan. Lovely Bex Edwards is with us as well. Just a few things you need to know. First of all, there's an offer code on the screen. Please always use that when you place an order. It unlocks loads of discounts, and most importantly, it gives you free postage. 3 prices on the screen. The RRP, you're not paying that. The red price, so we've got these standard roses coming up. There's a saving there of £50. But also, if you are one of our club members, you get an extra 15% off. And I cannot recommend enough joining the club today. So the discount price for these is just $25.47. You will get free postage on every order as long as you use that offer code. Right. This is another of the best-selling plants here at YouGarden. Bex has grown these. I've grown these for my mum. They are absolutely amazing. What always intrigues me, and I remember you planted yours, was it 2 years ago?
Yeah, in February I planted them.
And when you plant these, and I planted some for my mum this year as well, they don't look like much.
No.
They really don't. You look, you open up the bag, and they're all tightly wrapped together, by the way, to keep the moisture in. So when they're wrapped, they don't look a lot. Then you unwrap them, you separate them, they start to look a little bit more. But at the end of the day, they don't look a lot right now. And you look at that picture and you think, oh, it's going to take years for mine to look like that. But no, it's the first year, isn't it?
First year, I did think, okay, it's going to take a bit of time to establish. It's, maybe not much the first year. It's going to be the second year when I start seeing anything amazing. But actually, by that June, the head had filled out. The plant was showing all of its beauty. The buds that were on there was absolutely incredible. And I got flowers, and a profusion of those flowers in the first year. It was absolutely incredible. I'm just going to find my pictures for you so that I can show you.
And Karina on YouTube said she's got these. Honestly, that's the display you will get in the very, very first year. Now, again, the best, you could actually pay for one of these potted in a garden centre. You could easily pay $29.96 for one. Easily. Buy them as bare roots. Just like the fruit trees, give them a good soak overnight. Put them in pots, and just like Bex has done there.
So that was the 8th of February 2023. Skipping on, this is the 18th of May 2023. You see a little flower open. Look at how many buds are on there.
And that's just 3 months later.
And then hang on 1 second. I'm going to skip forward just a little bit for you to the 2nd of June 2023. So February to June, even more flowers opening up. And if I just skip forward to, hang on 1 second, there, the 8th of June. So many more.
So that's 4 months.
And then just one more for you, which is the 17th of June. That's what that plant looks like. And that is the same plant that was planted in those pots there.
So they honestly do look exactly like they do in the picture within a few months.
It's amazing. Yeah. And then they did it the following year as well. So hang on, that was 2023, so 2024 and 2025. I've actually got myself a new set because I lost one. I'm going to admit I massively over pruned it in the first year, and I did kill it, unfortunately, because I pruned it too hard in the first year. It just never recovered, and then I actually gave one away, so I've only got 2 remaining, and I've decided I want the whole collection again. So I've got these at home right now, sitting in a bucket of water, ready for me to plant out.
They are amazing. They're one of our best sellers. They get great reviews.
I love them.
They are. They're just. And I always say this, but if you've got a smaller garden, use that vertical space. You know, think about it. You can have. These will give you that extra height. You can underplant them with spring bulbs, summer bedding, whatever. But they do look beautiful. And there's an elegance to what we call a standard. We've got that tall stem. They're beautiful. They really are. Now we've also got. We are feeling festive. Is it 6 weeks tomorrow? It's Christmas Day.
Don't.
No, I think it's 6 weeks today.
I think you might be right.
6 weeks today.
Is it Thursday? Is it Christmas Day?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, it's a Thursday. Definitely 6 weeks today. Yay! That falls quite well for most people, isn't it?
For people who work in normal working week.
Yeah, if you've got a normal job. I've never had one of those. But yeah, you get the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday off at least, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so lovely. Right, we've got our Ilex Blue Made Holly Standard. You're going to save £10 on this. The club price is $25.49. Free postage, of course, when you use that offer code. Now, we'll let you know, all of our hollies look like this at the moment.
They do.
They're this size, covered in buds. I went to my local supermarket this week, and I'll be honest, they have got hollies for £20.
Have they? Nice.
No, they're not. No berries.
No berries.
No berries, and they're small, and they don't look very well.
I mean, you've got to have the berries. What's the point of a holly without the berries?
And the supermarket, I won't mention it because it's a really good kind of like budget supermarket. You know, prices are low. Yeah. So £20 is great. You know, okay, it's £5 less than ours, but half the size and no berries.
Yeah.
And it looked miserable. Look miserable. And of course, you know, you have to go there to buy it and put it in your car and everything. We'll deliver free of charge straight to your door. But for me, Bex, it's the quality of ours this year. They're always good, but they're covered, aren't they? Look at this.
So many berries on there. Wonderful glossy foliage and so much less prickly than other varieties. And if I just turn that around there, you'll see that it looks like there's really prickly bits on this side, but look as I rub my finger on there, and I'm really going for it. That doesn't hurt in the slightest, and that is not the same with all varieties of holly, is it? Look, no blood, it's not hurting, and I'm really rubbing my finger along the edge of there. It is a much less prickly variety, which I think is important. Oh, hang on, you just got a close-up, didn't you? There we go, look. See? Prickly bits, but not prickly in the slightest.
It's only a little thing, but when you prune your holly, sometimes, even when you're wearing gardening gloves, catch it on the wrong angle.
It does hurt.
It can really hurt, yeah. And also, I remember in my last garden, a big holly bush at the back, and actually when I was just scooping up the dead leaves, that could really hurt sometimes. Yeah. You know, when they're really crispy and like, oh, awful. But that is a lot softer, fully winter hardy, easy to grow, and just beautiful. And what I would do, I'd get a pair, because you got free postage. Bex has got an idea for pot.
I have. I have got an idea for pot.
This is an offer today.
I think that'll look incredible in there.
Yeah, I do.
I really like the blue.
Oh, yeah. I like that. I really do.
That looks so good in there.
I love that.
Doesn't that look pretty?
And the pot, by the way, this only came into stock this year. We're doing the best price ever today, $12.74, and it's a man-made pot that's got a glaze in it, so it looks like a heavy glazed pot, but it's not.
I adore this.
I've got three
of these, and I think they are one of the prettiest pots.
I agree.
Currently that we bring you at YouGarden. I really, really love them. They're a really good size as well. It's a 40 centimetre diameter, which I think works brilliantly for taller plants for standards. I often talk about how with standards you need either a good depth to the pot, like the Somerville that you can see here, or actually the wide base, because it stops it from blowing over. And in reality, that's where it'd be planted. So that kind of gives you an idea what it looked like. Yeah.
And I'm with you. sometimes if you put these in too small a pot, you're constantly fighting with the wind. And it's really annoying.
I've got loads of them at home, and I need to repot them into bigger, wider or deeper pots because I'm always picking them up.
But even if you're not buying the hollies today, go for those planters. They are amazing. They're 15 inches in diameter, about 40 centimetres, stunning glaze on them, beautifully made, and they are completely frost-proof and UV resistant as well. They're amazing. That's a really good price.
That's an awesome price.
By the way, I've got drainage in. There's one big drainage hole in the bottom. I would definitely think about going for a few of those today at $12.74.
We've got some more pots for you, and actually I've got a bunch of these at home, a bunch of pots I've got at home, which I wasn't sure what I was going to do with them.
A bunch of pots.
This one's a pair, so I want you to think about maybe going for 2 pairs of these. I am actually going to start my rose standards off in these, just because I haven't got any other pots at the moment.
Yeah, but that'd be fine.
And they're going to be a perfect size to start with for the first year. I won't need to repot them until next year, but I'm actually going to start my rose standards off in these planters, just because I've got some spare at home, and I think they're going to be the perfect thing to get them started. I don't think they'll be big enough to live in there forever, personally, but yeah, for the first year, absolutely fine. Bit of our premium professional compost. I'm not using as much compost to start with either, and they will start them off beautifully. So we've got a pair of those pine cone planters for £11 and 2 pence.
And if you have got a few bags of bulbs that you haven't yet planted, and we know you have, perfect few bulbs as well.
Oh, maybe I should put my bulb. I'm not gardening, honestly.
So I've still got about 500 bulbs to plant.
Loads.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got some really awesome deals on the bulbs for, the pots for you. If you need to stock up, we do have the compost available for you. I'm just waiting for my delivery to come in. I've got a couple of bags coming very, very soon. And
the deal we've got on the compost today, which is the 80 litres, 2 to buy 40 litres, is 100,064, just £19.97 or £16.97 for Discount Club members. And it is the best-selling product at YouGarden, the highest rated and worth every single penny, but that does work out the best price per litre that we've done all year. So yeah, do make sure you get your compost today as well. Right, good morning. Don't forget, if you want to be part of the live stream, you can chat on YouTube, on Facebook, but you can also email us ygtv@yougarden.com. I'm Shaun, this is Bex. Right.
Cool.
Are we ready for Rose of the Week?
Yes, please. Love a Rose of the Week. Every Thursday we get to launch a brand new one for you, or one from our range. This week we've got the Great Northeastern Rose for you. Weird name for a rose, but anyway, Great Northeastern. We all had a look.
We both researched, but we couldn't quite.
We couldn't find out where the name comes from.
Because we're thinking, is there a connection
is it to do with the railway?
GNER?
I couldn't find it.
No.
But anyway, who cares about the name? What we care about is the beauty of the rose, and this one is a stunningly beautiful rose.
I'll tell you what, next time, because we always get to work with Harkness Roses at Chelsea, don't we? So we can ask the team there. Next year.
Absolutely.
But we can tell you all about the rose.
We can.
First of all, isn't it beautiful?
I think it's a really pretty rose. So I think, wedding rose, absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, really good for a wedding rose if you're growing your own flowers for that. I think it's one that will work in every garden because you're getting these wonderful, they are white, but I'm not going to say they're pure white. They're kind of a creamy white, aren't they? Like an ivory colour, but they've also got that wonderful blush pink centre to them.
And I like it because it's very delicate.
Yeah.
But it's so pretty. I think you're right, that would make a lovely wedding rose.
Absolutely stunning, isn't it? Yeah. It's a floribunda, so you're getting clusters of roses on here, and it's repeat flowering. You're going to get masses of those clusters of flowers all the way through summertime. So again, May to October, sort of the regular flowering season for a lot of roses out there.
And it has, this is very important, been bred by Harkness Roses.
Indeed.
And they are renowned rose breeders, have been breeding roses since 1879, so over 145 years experience. Multi-award winning, and all of their roses are bred to be extremely disease resistant. So that is important. Again, you might find a rose on a supermarket shelf, on the trolley outside, and go, oh, that looks nice. But if you don't know the breeding, the background, that rose could be plagued with diseases. It could be an absolute pest in the garden. But these are naturally bred to be disease resistant and easy to grow.
And when it comes to fragrance, we're talking a delicate fragrance on this one. So not overpowering, which I know can be a right put off for some people.
For some people, yeah.
When it comes to roses, I'm a big fan of, you know, strong scents, but this one's got a nice delicate fragrance to it.
I'm sort of in between. I like a nice fragrance, but I don't like to be overpowered.
I love it.
Yes.
The smellier, the more fragrant, the better.
But that's got a nice, delicate, sweet fragrance, but a beautiful rose. I think the whole rose looks delicate to me.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
We'll go to about 90 centimetres by 60, so ideal for pots and containers. I tell you what, that rose could look really nice in the blue planter, actually. Do you think? I think they...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It would live gorgeously in there as well.
Yeah.
That could be its home forever, I think, in a plant...
Yes.
A plant pot of that size.
Yeah.
Denise!
Oh, lovely.
Hello, Denise.
Hello, Denise. Good morning.
Denise says, hi all, can I purchase Rose Abracadabra bare root and put it in the ground, or a potted one for a present for a 70th birthday present late December? Denise. I'm not quite sure the full question there, Denise, but yes, you can buy Rose Abracadabra bare root. You could plant it in the ground, or you could plant it in a pot, and you could give it as a gift quite happily.
Absolutely.
You wouldn't be able to keep the bare root and just give them the bare root, because really bare roots need to get planted, you know, as soon as possible after you receive them. But you could put it, you can heel it in, which is like a temporary planting, or you could put it into a pot and give them the plant in the pot.
I think that'd be a lovely idea to buy it as a bare root and put it in a pot.
Yeah.
Really would. But yes, don't just, as Bex said, you know, with any bare root in general, you do want to plant it as soon as possible. Bulbs, we always say you can store bulbs, you know, you don't have to plant them straight away, but bare roots, you do.
Yeah. Julia's just commented, actually, and this might be the answer, Julia.
Hello, Julia.
She says, oh, I need that. I live in the northeast. Could the name relate to the 200-year anniversary of the steam train or the Great Northeastern Railway? Absolutely, potentially it could. Is it Rail 200 this year? I didn't know that. Matt's telling us, is it 200-year anniversary? It could easily be that's the reason.
We did try and research it, but we couldn't find the...
Sometimes it's easy to find out the etymology, the reason for a name, but sometimes it's really hard to find, and we couldn't...
We both researched, but it could well be. We have got friends at... Hartness, so we will be able to put that to them.
Yeah, we can certainly find out.
Yes. Right. Something that I've grown for many years in my garden is the Loripitarum. Now, we have got a double up deal. You can either go for one for $14.99 or $12.74 for club members, or you can double up and go for two for $21.99. Don't forget, club members, you would get your 15% off the $21.99. So you would save about an extra £3 or so. But I'm always amazed that this is a plant that you very rarely see in garden centres and nurseries, and I don't know why.
No idea.
Because it's one of the most beautiful, unusual plants, and you might be thinking, oh, it's still got its leaves. Yeah, this is ever bronze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's really dark foliage on here. Almost black colour foliage. It's got a nice burgundy underside to the leaves, but almost black on top, and very sort of shiny in certain lights as well, isn't it?
And then you've got the flowers. Now, we always say it flowers sort of February to April time. But it doesn't. Well, it does, but then I think it flowers when it wants to.
It does seem to just throw out flowers constantly. I think so. Typically, it's supposed to give you a spring flowering and then a sort of late summer or autumn flowering. But actually, what we saw throughout here at the nursery, and you've seen at home as well in your garden, it throws out flowers randomly.
It does. But I just love it for its foliage, and I love the way it grows as well. You can see there, it kind of meanders. It's quite slow growing, so it kind of goes up and along.
The branches kind of arch,
yeah,
don't
they? Do, yeah.
Creates that sort of shape to the branches.
I think it's soft visually, and it really works well. I mean, I've got mine near my acers, I've got it near some of my grasses and things, and ferns, because it likes kind of dapple shade, but it's a beautiful, beautiful plant. The only thing I would say is, it is winter hardy, but it doesn't like to get really, really cold and wet. So when I first planted it in my garden, I planted it in a really exposed area and the winds were too strong and it got too wet. So I moved it. So it likes a nice shelter. Think about an acer, what an acer would like, a nice sheltered, protected corner is where it's going to be really happy. Great for pots and containers as well. I think it's lovely.
Wonderful for contrast.
Yes.
Definitely, if you're looking to create that contrast, and it's so important when you're planning your garden out to put in some of those plants that have got the darker foliage to allow for the contrast, because it makes everything stand out better. It makes it stand out and the plants around it stand out as well. It can ultimately grow to between 1 metre and 1.5 metres height and spread, but it's quite slow growing.
Yeah, it is slow growing. So I'd say it grows about 20 centimetres a year, approximately.
Depending.
Yeah, don't say, hang on, mine's only grown 18 centimetres, Shaun. You said 20. But it is fairly slow growing as well. So if you want to double up on that, you can go for one for £14.99, for an extra £7, £21.99. Definitely worth doubling up. But it's a beautiful plant, and I love the fact that, say, you have got that foliage all year round. Right, we've got another double up deal for you next with the stunning Nandinas.
It's not a YouGarden show without a Nandina, is it?
It's not.
We love Nandina. Genuinely, we all love this plant so much because it is the workhorse for your garden. It is one of the hardest working plants that can cope with anything that you throw at it. And I really do mean that. It is totally hardy, frost-wise and pretty much heat-wise as well. If you think about the heat waves we had in summer, some plants really suffered, Nandinas didn't.
Do you know, I've just had a flashback, and you're right, on some of the hottest days, because we had a really hot, dry summer, so many plants were struggling midday. They looked like really ill. This one didn't.
Nope. It can cope in bright sunny spots, and it can cope in more shady spots in the garden. Doesn't matter where in the country you grow it, doesn't matter where in your garden you grow it. It can cope with salt sea spray, it can cope with inner city pollution.
Yes.
I mean, it's...
And we go out on the nursery, you know, every week. 52 weeks of the year, well, 51 weeks, we have a week off at Christmas, and you see, it's really interesting to see, you know, how plants change, and you know, many plants have their wonderful golden months where, you know, there's certain plants that you look and go, oh, that looks amazing right now. Like the agapanthus, when they're in flower, boom. But also in the winter, so many plants die down to nothing and don't look anything, and look quite ill, don't they? You know, when a hydrangea loses its leaves, or is losing its leaves in late autumn, winter, it doesn't look anything. These look great every single day of the year, and they sound beautiful.
They really do. I'm trying to be the worst of winter weather and wind. They can cope with wind quite happily. They can cope with rain quite happily. They can cope with frost. They can cope with sun. It is the workhorse. It's tough as old boots.
And I always think in a garden, it's very important to have a large percentage of plants that are low maintenance and easy and they look really good. And the thing with this, if you've got these in pots, have that as a centrepiece, but then plant around it. So spring bulbs, summer bedding, winter bedding. Hellebores would look lovely with that. And I love the way that the leaves change colour. I mean, these reds at the moment are amazing, aren't they?
Gorgeous, yeah. I mean, they've really got more intense as well. You can see they're more intense with the colder weather. The new foliage tends to come through that slightly copper colour, but as we're getting into the colder months, yes, this is getting even more intense up at the top.
And again, if you look at the price, look at the size of these, they are really well established. They come in a 17 centimetre pot. You could get 2 for £21.99. Don't forget, use your off code to get all the discounts available, which is YGTV 4725. You can order it on the website. That's the easiest way, YouGarden.com. But our phone lines are open right now. So 0844 502 0050. That is an amazing deal for those. They're particularly big at the moment, don't you think?
Yeah. Yeah, really good size.
Yes. Right, we're going to move on to peonies. We've got a couple of peonies to show you. We're going to start off with the peony Sarah Bernhardt, and again, we've got a double up deal. So 1 for £9.99, 2 for £14.99.
Yeah. Now
you like this one a lot.
We were struggling, weren't we? Because I was like, I'm not sure. I've actually got both of them. I'm planting both, but we were debating which one to show. We couldn't decide, so we're showing you both.
Yeah, because basically, Sarah Bernhardt was your favourite.
I think so. But then I also love this one. It's hard. Anyway, we're starting with Sarah Bernhardt. Now, a bare root looks something like this once you take it out of the packet. I will point out that these ones have been out of the packets for a few weeks now, so these have actually dried up a bit. These are the ones we've been showing you for a while. It's important to get your bare roots planted as soon as possible. You can leave them in the bag for a little while. You know, you could probably leave them in the bag for, you know, a week or so.
Yeah, just a nice, cool, dark place.
But we do recommend you get them planted as soon as possible. I can feel that this one has sort of shriveled a little bit, but it'll look something like this when you take it out. And what you will see is there'll be buds. So you can see these pink bits on here. These are the growth points. Really important not to plant it too deep. Mine are currently in a bowl of water, ready for me to plant out, hopefully this afternoon when I get home. Those eyes, those bud points, only want to be 1 to 2 centimetres below the soil surface. So I've got eyes here and I've got eyes here. I would probably go that way round, just because I can see that they're naturally pointing up in that direction. I'm probably going to go that way round, and my compost is going to go to there. That's as deep as I am going to plant this. In the ground or in pots or containers, entirely up to you. Totally winter hardy. You could put this in the ground right now if you want to.
And the reason we say plant them shallowly, if you plant them too deeply, you just won't get flowers, you just get lots of foliage. Often when peonies are moved, they don't really like being moved, but people plant them too deeply when they move them, and then they just don't flower for years. So what Bex has said is so important.
Really, really important. You might get some flower, and they are gorgeous. Look at these. So you might get some in the first year, but don't be surprised if it's only 1 or 2, because it does need just a little bit of time to establish. Sarah Bernhardt was a very beautiful, famous actress, and I can see why this was named. She was very much known. I mean, I'm sure she was an incredible actress, but she was also known because she was very, very beautiful. Yeah. And I can absolutely see why this has been given that name, because that's a stunning, stunning peony.
And the size of the flowers are huge. They really are. Look at the amount of petals in there. And peony is also known for their fantastic fragrances, of course, as well. They make a lovely cut flower. Peonies can last. A peony plant can grow for about 100 years or so.
Wow.
Yeah, so my nan had one in her garden, and I remember it'd been there for decades. So you're buying it as a bare root, you've got that journey. Yes, you may get a few flowers next year, but think about how many flowers you're going to get over the next several decades. So an amazing investment. Plant them in a sunny spot as well, but that is a beauty. And then this is one that I do have, which is the Bowl of Beauty. And I remember discovering this. Some of you, if you've known us for years, when we used to do the Garden Bargain show on Ida World, the shopping channel we both worked for. I remember Angela, who was a lovely lady who we worked with for many years. I remember Angela bringing this for the first time. I just fell in love with it.
Yeah, I mean, this is properly spectacular. These flowers, once it's in and it's established, they can be 20 centimetres diameter. Those are huge, great big flowers. I actually really like the fact that this looks like it's a flower sat inside a flower.
Yes, I agree.
I think that's really interesting.
And the yellow against the pink really works, doesn't it?
It does.
They're amazing. It's one of the most stunning peonies that you can ever grow. Bowl of Beauty, I think, is the perfect name for it. It is that, a big bowl of beauty.
They'll come in the bag with the compost in there, the bare root in there. Just soak it overnight, give it 24 hours soaking, and then get it planted.
And I will say our bare root peonies are very, very high quality.
They are.
You'll find several of the buds or the eyes on each one of the bare roots. But don't be scared of planting a bare root. It could not be easy.
No, dead simple.
It really is very, very simple. Anyway, if you are thinking, ooh, can I really plant a bare root? Is it really that easy? Well, Bex has done a little film for you right now, and yes, it's as simple as anything. Have a look at this.
Bare root plants come in a variety of different shapes and sizes. It could be flowers like the ones I've got here, the Bowl of Beauty peony, or maybe it's the Aramurus, also known as the foxtail lily. But it could also be things like your grow your owns, your fruit trees, your apples, your pears, your cherry trees, or maybe even peaches as well. The principles of planting are all fairly similar, and I'm going to talk you through all of those. But what is a bare root, and what are the benefits to us as gardeners? A bare root is a dormant plant that's been kept in cold storage, which means it's kept in this dormant state. The benefits to us are, well, you pay less for them. You're not paying for the pot, the compost, the amount of time it's taken somebody to grow them on, so it's a much more economical way of gardening. The maintenance after planting is much less than a potted plant because you're only planting these in autumn and winter. And thirdly, you tend to get a larger selection. A lot of varieties aren't available as potted plants. Now, the first step to planting a bare root is to give it a really good drink. What you need to do is put it into a bowl of water or a bucket of water and give it a soak overnight. That really wakes the plant up, and then you can get on with your planting. Now, each plant is going to come with its own specific guidance on how and where it needs to be planted. Whether it's going into a ground or going into the pot, make sure you've got some really good compost. Our premium professional compost is the absolute best, and then we can get on with planting. When planting peonies, it's important to look at the depth you're planting. They don't want to be too deep or too shallow, because ultimately that will mean that you don't get as many flowers, if any at all. So you're aiming for between 3 to 5 centimetres below the soil surface, and any of those beautiful bud points that you can see, have them pointing upwards as much as possible. So I've filled a pot with the premium professional compost. I'm aiming for 3 to 5 centimetres, buds pointing up, and I can cover that over. It doesn't need any extra winter protection because that will add layers on top of the compost, and we don't want to plant it too deep. The Eramerus is very similar. I'm going into the pot and container, so I'm just going to make a little planting hole, and I'm going to spread those roots out so that they can reach for the moisture, reach for the nutrients, and just cover with the compost. What I will do next is water those in, and ultimately I can now pretty much ignore those. The important thing to remember with bare roots is that they are going to stay dormant over winter. They're going to focus on getting those roots in without having to support leaves and flowers, which is why planting bare roots can be amazing for the actual plants and give you even bigger and better results. They may take a year to establish, but you'll be so happy that you've planted that bare root. So why plant bare roots? Well, it's very simple. They are more cost effective, so it's a wonderful way as a gardener to fill your garden without spending loads of money. There's a bigger variety available as bare roots as well, so you can fill your garden with as much colour and variety as you want. And it's such a simple and easy process. If you can plant a bulb, you can plant a bare root. So why not fill your garden with those wonderful bare roots and shop our range here at YouGarden.
I think Bex looks really nice in that film.
Oh, you said that, thank you.
I do. It looks really nice.
I think it's because Matt shot it on his fancy camera. I think his camera does the work. Can I answer Leslie's question?
Yes. Hello, Leslie. Morning.
Morning, Leslie. She says, I bought the holly trees and black grass and rose that you suggested in the acorn pot. I need to replant. Would the blue pots do for their forever home?
Oh, yeah. I think they look amazing, Leslie.
Look fantastic. Yes. Absolutely.
And those blue pots today, Leslie, I'll just get what you want to get. For $12.74, I think the value is incredible. Between you and I, Leslie, I've sold those for a lot more.
I love these, honestly.
But they look great in there, wouldn't they?
So I've got a couple of palms in there, and I've also got my Ceanothus standard in there, which looks really pretty. But this could be used for so many different things.
And I love the glazed look, but the trouble is if you buy a genuine ceramic pot that's glazed, they just break so easily.
And that would be so expensive. For that size, it would be so expensive.
So yeah, Leslie, they look great in there. They are the perfect size.
Good idea, absolutely.
Liking your thoughts.
All right, we brought you back to the favourites table. Fingers crossed it stays the favourites. Who knows? You will decide what goes on the favourites by Sunday, depending on what you're buying, basically. Are you in on Sunday? Who knows? No. No? Is it me and Adam?
It's you and Adam.
All right, I'll be back with you on Sunday. We'll see how this changes for Sunday. But we're starting off with the hellebore, which is the beautiful Christmas rose. And pointing out, you will get 3 of them in the 12-centimetre pots. Your turn.
No, I just say.
You can speak now.
Well, I'm fine. I'm resting my voice, darling. I'm resting my voice. No, I was just looking at them because, again, because I did a big supermarket shop the other day, and it's a supermarket that sells plants. They had hellebores. And they were about, I think they were £6 each, so a really good price. But do you know what, again, they just were so small with hardly any flowers on them. And ours are in a bigger pot, but it is the fact that they flower so profusely for so many months, and the flowers last such a long time. And this variety, the flowers are upright. Lots of hellebores, the flowers nod down. You don't really get all the benefit of them, but these are upright. And I love the way they change colour.
Amazing. Beautiful, really pure sort of white colour, but transitioning through green and pink as well. I actually really like that these are great for pollinators. You know,
yes.
you can see that from the centre of the plant. Now, you know, there are pollinators around all the way throughout the year. Obviously, there are less throughout winter, but there are those winter pollinators that are out and about, and they need those food sources. Obviously, it is limited for them in the winter months. This provides it.
I was very happy the other day. My winter flying clematis had some bees, a couple of bees buzzing around. It was lovely. Yeah, lovely to see. So yes, do remember about the winter pollinators, and they are going to be superb. And this is my mantle shelf.
I like your painting.
But it doesn't. It's a print.
Okay.
But I always bring the hellebores. You know, I bought them last year and I had them inside around Christmas time. Now they're not an indoor house plant, but they're fine being inside for a few weeks. Just make sure you keep them well watered. But they look great, and you know, I'm going to say it again. I think they're a far better alternative to a poinsettia, because poinsettias, much as we love them, they are hard work.
I don't love them. I'm putting it. I hate poinsettias.
I don't hate them, but
I'm not a fan.
I'm just like, I'd consider myself really good with houseplants because I've got loads. But a poinsettia, you can literally you can buy it, take it home, and it's lost half its leaves in transit.
Somebody was asking me for poinsettia tips the other day. How do you keep? And I was like, just don't get them. No, I did. I helped her, but I was like, I hate them.
Yeah, they hate changes in temperature. They hate to be underwatered. They hate to be overwatered.
Yeah,
you know,
they're fussy.
They're a little bit tricky. These are, and I think they look so much prettier. So if you want to go for those, 560054 99 time. So no, sorry, 69 time for club members. True story. I once bought a poinsettia. From a DIY store, because it was an unusual one. It was a weird. If I remember rightly, it was bi-coloured. I think it was pink and white.
Right.
And I took it outside, and it was really windy. And literally in my hand, even though it had like a bit of,
it fell to pieces.
It fell to pieces. It did. Literally, I just saw half of it fly away. So
that's funny.
So yes, go for hellebores. And the flowers last for weeks. Right, we both love the next hydrangea. It's the Paniculata Groundbreaker Blush. Brand new breed, and it only goes to about 40 by 40 centimetres. So it's a ground covering hydrangea.
I love this so much.
I know.
I need to add this into that border when I replace it all. It's a stunner. Cover the ground with beautiful plants. Stop the weeds from growing through. Where there's a gap, put this in it. It'll give you that ground cover, give you the sort of lower ground flowering display, and then mix it in with where you've got the taller plants. This is going to look so good for so many months of the year. I mean, 100 days you should get flowering for, so that's well over 3 months you'll get those flowers for, and it's going to colour change as well.
And do you know, I'm thinking, a lot of the bigger hydrangeas, all the flowers at the top, generally speaking.
Absolutely.
So underplant your current hydrangeas with this one, and you're going to have, yes, more hydrangeas, more flowers, and better displays. Like most hydrangeas, it likes to be moist. It likes part shade. I think it would be lost by itself. I would definitely buy, several of those and do some lovely displays.
Yeah,
that is amazing, and will flower for 3 months of the year, if not longer.
Pots as well. Keep them in pots.
Yes. That'd look lovely in that blue plant, actually, wouldn't it?
It would.
Yes. Now, we've also got one of the UK's best-selling lavenders. In fact, it's got to be the most popular lavender in the UK. Lavender Hitchcock, hasn't it?
Yeah, I
love
love
it. It's got to be by far.
Honestly, it's one of the most sort of widely grown in the UK. It's an English lavender, which means that you're getting sort of a brilliant flowering ability from this for several months throughout the summer. Pollinators, it is absolutely humming with life. That is my line when I talk about lavender. It is humming. You'll walk past a lavender bush and you will hear that gentle because it's just bees, butterflies all over it. I adore the fragrance personally. I think it's a beautiful fragrance to have in the garden. It looks great all year round as well. This is the thing. You get several months of the flowers in the summertime, but then you've still got the evergreen foliage throughout the winter.
So when you think about this, it gives you so much 12 months of the year. And I think lavender works well in so many different types of garden. It's often used for formal displays with buxus, but equally in that country cottage garden, just meandering down a gravel pathway, it can look absolutely superb. And you are going to get all 6 of those. Now, they'll all grow to about approximately 60 by 60 centimetres. So do imagine they will cover a lovely big area. But lavender can also be grown in pots. Just, we always say sunny position, well-drained soil. Don't overfuss it, don't overfeed it. It likes to be kept in a likes to be kept in a really poor soil if possible. It does.
You can treat it quite mean, to be honest with you.
And so the only maintenance, we both tend to cut ours back just after flying, take a few centimetres off. Occasionally I'll like trim it a little bit in springtime, just reshape a little bit, but there's very little to do with lavender, but months and months of interest. Right, Agapanthus.
Oh, I'm excited about these. I am excited about these. I've planted them up. They're in like about 12 centimetre pots at the moment. Stupidly, I planted them in our compost as well. But anyway, this is another one that likes to be treated mean, basically. Don't treat it too well. So you want restricted roots. They don't want, massively great nutrient-rich soil, but these are just going to take a year or so to get established, but they're going to get huge. These are the big ones. My mum's got one very similar to this, but it's not the blue one, it's the white one. Oh, it is the most outstanding plant in her garden. When that's in flower, my word, it's imposing, it's beautiful, it's absolutely gorgeous, and you get multiple flower stems coming off it, reaching about anywhere between 90 centimetres and 1.2 metres, so 3 to 4 feet in height.
And they are dramatic.
Oh my word!
They are, head
The flower heads on an Africanus can be like head size. Genuinely, they're huge.
They are. That's just said bigger than a baby's head. Well, not quite, but but big. Yeah. Now, if you buy them, we sell these as potted plants. Many of you will know in the summertime, in bud and flower, but one Agapanthus, the Africanus blue, could easily cost you way more than the $12.99. It really could, depending on which size you go for. Some of these we sell in bigger pots for £30 or so. So to buy them as a berry is the most affordable way of purchasing an Agapanthus. You're going to get 5 of them. It is a journey. We're not going to promise you're going to get loads of flowers in the first year. You may get 1 or 2, but as the years progress, and Agapanthus lasts for years, if not decades, you'll get more and more and more of those beautiful, outstanding flowers. Now, if you want to double up, we are doing a double up deal where you can get 10 bare roots for just $17.99. 580023. And don't forget to use that offer code to get all of those deals. But yeah, I would double up. And Agapanthus, they like to be grown close together. So, you could easily put all 5 bare roots in one of the blue pots and they'd be happy there for years. Yeah. Years and years.
Yeah. Absolutely. I'm so excited about growing those. I cannot wait for those to get established and get big.
I've never grown them from bare roots.
Well, so I give it a go. So I planted them up a few weeks ago, Let's see what happens.
Some of the best plants that I have grown from YouGarden have been from bare roots. They really have. I've grown many, say, bare roots from YouGarden, but not the Agapanthus. And say it works out just a few pounds each, which is amazing value. Right, and then finally we have got the blueberry collection, and we call this the long season collection because you've got blueberries starting in June with the New Hanover, and then the Blu-ray producing grapefruit in July, and then the Ozark producing their blueberries in August. So June, July, August, 3 months of blueberries. And I know we have lots of different collections, but to me this is one that makes the most sense.
It really does, honestly, to get longer cropping season because you've got the different times that these are going to crop for you. Can I please take you on the journey of when I planted these? I got them as 9 centimetre pots back in April 2024, and I planted them into heavy duty pots into ericaceous compost. Look, I had a few flowers on them when they arrived. Obviously, bear in mind this was April. Don't panic though, you can still plant them now. They're totally winter hardy. There's all 3 of them in the 30 litre pots. Can I take you on? Oh, that's an apple tree, ignore that. You need to come back, Matt.
Which apple tree is that? I forgot which one it is. It's a little...
that's the Appletini.
Appletini, that was it. Yeah, it's a little one.
Okay, so here they are in the November 2024. So that's the footage that Matt showed you earlier. Each of those had grown to that size from the April to the November. Beautiful autumn foliage that they give you. And I'm going to skip really far forward now. I'm going to skip to the 7th of May this year.
Wow.
So that's just over a year after I initially planted them. Those are the flowers that I had in May. And if I just go forward a little bit for you, what I can show you is the blueberry production that those flowers then turned
that
into.
Must have felt amazing, didn't it?
Look at all of those blueberries that are growing on those pots.
Do you know what? I'm thinking about what those blueberries would have cost you to buy.
Absolutely.
You know?
You see them all starting to colour up now.
Hundreds of them.
And here is my first crop. I was so excited.
So, for £12.97, £11.02 for club members, to think you could be getting that amount of fruit within the first 2 years.
Honestly,
amazing.
It was so, it's just
rewarding,
such a good journey to go on. And it only took a year for them to get in and established, and then that year I was getting all of those crops.
And we do some, you know, we sell most of the plants that we sell on YouGarden. You've got a choice of pots. You can go for the 9 centimetres, the 1 litre, the 2 litre, the 3 litre, the 5 litre, and sometimes you do want to buy that fully established plant. But when you see how quickly those established and grew, that is, and you've only spent £11.02. But I think it's amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Loved it,
really
honestly.
is. Right.
Absolutely adored it.
Thanks to everyone in the chat, by the way. Don't forget, if you want to be part of the live show, you can chat on YouTube, on Facebook.
They are. they're all chatting. We'll jump in a sec.
Oh, I dread to think what you're saying. I dread to think. Right. So, this is the ultimate 4-tree mini orchard collection. I love this one. So you're going to get 4 bare root fruit trees. Now these have been grafted, which means they are only going to grow to a couple of metres maximum. So they're great for small gardens. They are brilliant for growing in pots and containers. And you get the Celesteri, the Apple Brabant, the Pear Conference, and the Plum Victoria. And all of those working out for club members £7.50 a fruit tree, and that's a delivered price. And yes, they may be smaller fruit trees, but they produce really heavy yields. They're heavy croppers, big yields. Now also we have got the beautiful Rose Patio Standard Collection. I've grown this, my mum's grown these, Bex has grown these, and they produce displays like that in the very first year. So if you plant them now, I would be expecting your rose trees to look like that in June, July time. And then we've got the holly standards now. This particular breed of holly is known as Blue Maid, and it's less spiky, it's less prickly. The holly trees that you will receive are approximately 80 centimetres tall, and they will be covered in berries. So they are going to look amazing for Christmas time. But hollies look good all year round. You know, after the berries have dropped, you've still got all the great evergreen foliage. They're fully winter hardy. And I think you can make hollies look very different depending on what you underplant them with. So you can really make them look great all year round. Now, on today's live stream, we have got loads of double up deals as well, including the Laura Petal and Black Pearl. Love this plant. It has got bronze foliage all year round. It's slow growing. This belongs with things like acers. It looks really good near ferns and grasses as well. Lovely near water features. But when it flowers, and normally you get a really lovely display sort of springtime, you get a slightly smaller display in autumn, but from my own experience, I've found it flowers on and off when it wants to. And the flowers are like little ribbons, little fireworks, and they really create a lovely contrast against the dark foliage. 510604. Double up deal on that, so you can double up and get 2 for £21.99. Now, we love Nandinas here at YouGarden. They are the best performing plant I think you're going to get in your garden, and the lowest of maintenance. So evergreen, constantly changing colour. They do flower, they also produce berries, but pretty much any soil type, sun, shade, anything in between, coastal areas and urban settings as well. So they really, really are the unfussiest of plants, but they look great all year round, 365 days of the year. And again, it's a double up deal, $14.99 or 2 for $21.99. That is amazing. And then don't forget our Agapanthus africanus blue. So we have lots of different types of Agapanthus, but this is probably the most dramatic, one of the tallest, if not the tallest that we do. Can grow to a metre or so in terms of height, and to grow them from a bare root just saves you a fortune, because you're going to get 5 for $12.99, not 1, 5. Plant them now, You might need to give them a bit of winter protection, so a little bit of straw, something like that over the top, bit of mulch. But when they establish, you'll get dozens and dozens of flowers like that. And the flower heads are huge and stunning. What I love about agapanthus as well, they support themselves. You don't need to use canes or anything like that, you know, which can look a bit messy. So generally speaking, they support themselves and they are dramatic, beautiful, and say amazing value. If you want to double up, you can get 10 bare roots, not 5, for $17.99. And then we had a couple of peonies. This is the giant peony, Sir Bernhardt. Giant because the flowers are huge and they are so petalicious. And I almost think they look like somebody's gone around them with some pinking shears and edged them magnificently. Now, again, $9.99, a double up, 2 for $14.99. And then the other peony that we've got, which is one of my absolute favourites, I've got this one in my garden, it's the Bowl of Beauty. And you've got in the centre that lovely bright yellow. And isn't it interesting, like, if you look at the petals in the centre, they're completely different size and shape to the outer petals. So it is like 2 flowers in one. Reminds me a little bit of a water lily for some reason, this one. But again, you can buy it as a bare root, 1 for $9.99 or 2 for $14.99. Even better prices for club members. So don't forget to join the club today. And don't forget, we've actually got back today the best value compost deal that we've done this year, and you get 80 litres for just $16.97 for club members. And this is the best selling product at YouGarden. It's our premium professional compost. It's a compost that we grow all of our plants in. That's me at the pub garden that I look after. And I have to say, I don't want to sound big-headed, but we do get a lot of compliments in the pub garden for our displays, and it's just down to the compost and the plants from YouGarden, you know? I don't spend hours and hours there every day. I don't have time, but great compost, great plants, and the job's a good one.
Goodbye, Ruth. See you on Sunday. She's had to nip off, so goodbye, Ruth, if you're still there. Yes, we will be back on Sunday morning from 9:30, slightly earlier time on a Sunday. We're just going to dive into the emails because we've had another couple. Penny says, no pictures today, but morning all. I have some birthday money to spend. I'm going to start with Stralt and heavy-duty pots to go with the 70 plus I already have, wrapping up banana plant and oleanders later as too heavy to move. So she's giving them the protection.
Do you know what? The Strulch today, the offer is, well, you're saving £26. So yes, anyone that wants all of those benefits from Strulch, buy it today.
Dingo.
Hello,
says,
Dingo.
Good morning, Dingo. He says, morning, Bex and Shaun and gang. Nothing to report. Just been out doing some dog training. Cheers. Cheers, Dingo. And there's this beautiful boy. I love this boy.
Oh!
Look. I've totally forgotten his name again, Dingo. I'm rubbish. I'm so sorry. But he is so beautiful. Look at the face.
Yeah.
Such a gorgeous doggy. And Dave, good morning,
Morning, Dave.
He says, Christmas tree from you, 2 years old. Oh, hang on, that's not the one. This one. There it is.
Hey, I love it.
2-year-old Christmas tree.
And look, the hellebores around the bottom of it.
Love it. He sent us a few more pictures as well. That looks so festive.
Doesn't that look great?
That looks really good, Dave. And he sent us a few other pictures. There's a wider shot of it with the hellebores around it. And I think, is that a pineapple guava? Might be. He sent a picture of the pineapple guava because Dave.
I think it is.
He sent a picture
Just
with the
zoom in again, Bex.
It looks pineapple guava-y to me. Oh, there's a bit of red on it. Anyway, he sent pictures of the flowers.
It's merging into the stuff.
Hang on, there we go.
Oh, well, there you go.
Now, I'm sure it was Dave that sent the picture just recently that was like, it's flowering now, which it shouldn't be, but it is. So I'm assuming that's a recent picture and it's still flowering. Crazy, isn't it?
I don't want to burst your bubble, but you're very unlikely to get fruit from that now.
And
amaryllis.
And beautiful amaryllis growing, which is gorgeous.
Oh, stunning.
They're really pretty flowers, aren't they?
Yeah. Beautiful.
Nice.
We love seeing your pictures.
We do. Thank you, Dave. Thank you. That's it from the emails for the time being, but appreciate it. Maricia's gone as well. Bye, Maricia. Bye. And I love, Splodger said, I don't know if there's a song to go with this, but we love you garden plants. Oh, yes, we do. We love you garden plants. I've maybe got a few.
Hey! Just to let you know, by the way, we are doing a little TikTok live this afternoon just to preview some of the Black Friday deals.
So you'll be live from 1 o'clock, won't you?
From 1 o'clock. It's only like a bit of a preview, but we have got some new bundles as well, Splodge.
And Leslie has ordered the blue pot and the agapanthus. Thank you for your advice. No problem, Leslie. That's what we're here for. And Marissa also says she's going to order the blue pot and the holly because they work really well together.
Bex, can I just show Splodge my mug today?
Yes, Splodge. I know there was a thing yesterday in the chat, wasn't there? Was that yesterday or Monday?
Well, it was Monday. So I had a mug in my hand that looked like I think it was described as Granny's mug. It was very floral, and so look, this is my mug from my greenhouse. Yeah, you see, real gardener's mug. That's a proper gardener's mug, yeah.
Love it. I'm glad you're all having fun in the chat as well. It's nice when you all chat to each other as well. So
it is.
So yes, thank you for joining in. Thanks for sending your emails. We're going to get back to some plants and we're going back to the mini orchard for you. So it's a collection of 4 trees that you're going to get, and we call it the mini orchard collection because you're getting 4 completely separate varieties. All the details on the screen there for you. But these are what we class as our patio range, which means that these are not going to get tall. And the reason for that is there is a graft point here. So the main plant has been grafted onto what we call a dwarfing rootstock, meaning these plants in maturity shouldn't get more than 2 to 2.5 metres in height, which means that you can grow them in smaller spaces, smaller gardens, even in pots and containers.
And it also means that you can actually pick all the fruit. You can actually reach it without having to get on, big ladders and things like that. But they're still heavy croppers. You still get full-size fruit, we should say as well. So, they don't produce miniature fruits.
No.
And it is important to say that it's all named varieties, the nation's favourite apple, the nation's favourite pear. I'm not being funny, but you know that Family Fortunes, we surveyed 100 people to name an apple in the UK.
Braeburn.
Braeburn.
Top answer.
Ding! Yes. But it's true. They are, and the reason being, why we've given you the 4 fruit trees that are named varieties is that fruits are going to taste delicious. They're ones that but also they're very easy to grow.
Absolutely. And these are not whips that we're sending you. These are multi-branched, fantastic quality, grower quality fruit trees. They're just dormant plants. They need soaking for 24 hours. Put the roots in a bucket of water for 24 hours and plant them. Make sure the graft point is above the soil surface, in the ground or in pots and containers, and you'll be picking fruits for decades.
And just make sure until they establish that they don't dry out. I know it's less likely in the winter, but sometimes you get a few days of strong winds and things. And I'm going to say this, and maybe I shouldn't because the head gardener might be watching, but you know what, we do sell potted fruit trees. We've got a second nursery that pots up fruit trees like this. They'll take the bare root, they'll put them in a pot, and we could easily charge $34.97 for 1 tree in a pot.
Yep.
So, and something. Look, there's nothing wrong with buying a fruit tree, slightly more established in a pot, but actually, you can get all 4 for close to the price of 1. And it is, I just loved it myself, don't you?
Yeah, as a gardener, you sometimes want to go on that journey.
You do.
We can skip to the good bit for certain things, but other things it's nice to take that journey.
It's really rewarding when you buy them as a bare root and you soak them overnight and you pot them up, and then in spring 2026 you start to get the blossom, and then you think, am I going to get any fruit? And you do manage to get, a few. You won't get a lot, but you might get a few, plums, pears, apples, cherries. But in year 2, year 3, you start to get really big crops, and it's wonderful. Right, we better move on. Strolch, yes. Loads of you ordering this today. I mean, everything it does is it's clearly printed on the front, but it is multi-purpose. It's a natural, organic product. But for me, all the benefits are amazing, but it's a superb slug and snail deterrent.
Yeah, and putting it down now means that you'll give any tender plants the winter protection that they need, but then once we get to spring and the new growth starts to appear, your Strolch is already there and it will stop the slugs, because it tends to be the new fresh growth that comes through in spring that they like to munch on. Once it grows a bit, they're not bothered. It's because it's tender and lovely and delicious. So putting it down now means that they won't nibble on that new stuff when it comes up.
And you've probably seen it's going to be cold in the next few weeks. Again, it's going to give those tender plants that extra warmth that they need. It's going to suppress weeds. It's great. You're going to mix yours into your soil because you've got clay soil.
Yeah, absolutely. It improves the texture of sort of clay soil. It stays active for up to 2 years, at which point you can dig it through and it will improve and add nutrients into the ground as well. There are so many benefits.
And you know, one thing that I failed, the first time I tried to grow Mecanopsis, the blue poppy, I failed. One of the main reasons is they got eaten by slugs. Now I put a little layer of this around all of them and they're doing absolutely magnificently well. So if you want to go for it, the value today, I'm not being funny, but elsewhere you could pay that kind of price for just one bag. You get 2 for $22.92. Just use that offer code YGTV4725. Now just quickly, we are just going to mention that YouGarden have got a fantastic selection of houseplants. We've got a massive heated greenhouse that's got hundreds, if not thousands of houseplants in there. But we've got a 6-pack. I don't think I ever had a 6-pack. I think I had a 2-pack once. But anyway, you know when you get anyway, I digress. 6 houseplants for $25.49. So, I mean, that's working out again, just over
£4 each.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's nothing. Oh my word, you're right. 6 falls to 24. So for club members, yeah, just over £4 a plant. And it's a beautiful selection.
And it's a really awesome selection. There is nothing tricky about the ones that you're getting here. The only one that I would say is mildly more tricky than the others would be the asparagus. And that's only because it likes higher moisture levels than the others. That is the only reason. And it tells you if it's struggling because the little leaves will turn yellow.
Yeah, I've got those.
Tell you.
But I've got those in my bathroom and they love it there.
Yeah. The rest of them are just amazingly easy plants. I mean, that one, Joseph's Coat, Croton. I mean, the colours you get from that are incredible. That one isn't in the houseplant mix, just an erroneous one.
We have got it in the nursery though.
Right, so we've got Dracaena compacta, Dracaena fragrance compacta. Awesome, glossy glossy green leaves here. Gets taller, almost indestructible. The other Dracaena, I mean, my husband has tried to kill one of these. He's had it for 30 years. He barely watered it, never changed the compost, and it was still going strong. I've repotted it and taken it over, and it's looking amazing now. But that is virtually indestructible. And
I've got the rubber plant, the Ficus elastica. I've had one of these. I grew one of these from a cutting from Mum. She's still got it 50 years later.
Yeah.
Yeah, easy.
Chamaedorea elegans, parlour palm, bit like the Areca palm, you know, the one that gets really tall and beautiful. This one stays a bit more compact, but got that lovely upright growth to its growth. It's sort of like it's like a fern. It's jungly, I think. It gives that kind of tropical look.
And I've noticed that will tolerate fairly low light levels as well.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a good one for a slightly darker corner.
And then
that's it.
That's all of them. Yeah. That's all 6, yeah. But really easy plants, these ones.
£4, just over £4 a plant. Yeah. And delivered free as well.
One for every room in the house.
That is amazing, isn't it?
Really good.
Sometimes, after all these years, I still get sort of like really surprised at our prices. I love it. You know, I love the fact that you've got lots of different textured foliage, lots of different colours. You've got plants for every room of the house. You know, kitchens, bathrooms, bedrooms, lounges. Right, tulips next.
Queen of the Night.
Ooh, love these.
I did grow these last year, and truly, the colour of them is amazing. Yeah. Really, I mean, that's much more sort of ruby colour. I think the lighting or something on there. They are dark. Yeah, they are stunning. I would mix these in with some brighter colour. I mean, they look amazing just on their own, as you can see here. But actually, if you mix them in with some brighter colours, a bit like we talk about with Lauretarum and darker foliage, mix it in with the greens in your garden. If you had Queen of the Night and the beautiful like white ones that we do, or the spring green ones that we do, those would look so good together, or with the rainbow of colour, which is what I did last year. Classic tulip here with the goblet shape, reaching about 40 centimetres in height.
And it's not too late to plant them. In fact, if I was to pick a month to plant tulips, I'd actually say November.
You're actually getting 15 of the bulbs included here. I don't know why we've got 20 on the screen. It is actually 15 bulbs included in the pack there.
Well spotted, Bex, but you're only paying $8.49. So, it's about less than 20p a bulb.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. But it's
oh, I don't know.
But it's 15 bulbs. Yeah, it's definitely 15 bulbs. Right. We've also got mixed hyacinths. Do you know we've barely shown these this year? And it's a value pack. because you're going to get 15, and you do get 15.
You get 12.
Oh, no, you don't. Oh, God.
Somebody's messed up on the graphics today. You get 12 of the hyacinths. It is the value pack.
We'll blame on Stewie's away.
Yeah, let's blame
Yay!
It's only £8.49. I grew these again last year, and the fragrance you get from hyacinths are incredible. And these can be grown indoors as well, can't they?
Yeah, they can. In fact, you can even, if you buy a bud vase, you can even grow hyacinths in just water as well. They're great in terms of naturalising, and you get 12 bulbs. It's still amazing value for just £8.49. That is incredible. And then finally, we get our crocus selection.
30 bulbs!
I think that's correct.
Yay!
Yes, you actually do get 30. Well done.
You do. And these are your spring, your winter flowering crocus, really, because these are the ones that are going to come up for you. I mean, it's sort of February, March time, between February and April, basically, is when these are going to pop up out of the ground. Lovely, low-growing flowers, these. I planted them as a drift through the lawn, and they looked amazing popping up through the grass. And you're getting the mixed colours here as well.
And they do, for me, when they flower, just after normally your snowdrops, they're a sign that spring is truly on its way and summer is just around the corner. Lots of lovely colours in these as well. You get yellows, you get purples, you get whites. But they're a bulb that you can plant in many different locations. Under trees, they don't mind a shaded position. In lawns, because at that time you're not cutting your lawn, so the bulbs can die back naturally. They are great. You know, the bulbs are so quick and easy to plant, because only small bulbs with the crocus. You can add them to any of your pots and containers. But you are going to get all 30 for £7.64. Amazing value. And again, absolutely fine to plant those now. Now, also, we have our Tulip Triumph. Classic tulips, loads of colours, that kaleidoscope of colour. And again, look at the price, just £7.64. Now, a value pack of alliums for you next. And these are the spherocephalons, the drumsticks. Really lovely allium. Now, this flowers a little bit later, so this is a summer flowering allium. Quite tall, can reach between 60 and 90 centimetres. They look great planted in clumps as well. And they give you height, they give you structure. Pollinators love them. But again, look at the value. We are clearing prices on our bulbs right now. So clearance price is £7.64, 600,137. And then the Kindoxa. Now these are a smaller bulb. Again, they're one of the early spring flying bulbs. So they're not going to go tall, only about 10, 15 centimetres. But they produce these magnificent little star-shaped flowers and lovely different colours of blues and whites there. Great for that kind of like woodland setting as well, 600,155. And then also we do have a magnificent selection of bulbs. Now we call this the spring flying bulb collection. In honesty, these fly into summer as well, some of the varieties. You've got the mini narcissi, the caniculatus, you've got muscari, the grape hyacinths in there. You've got your iphiums as well, lovely, lovely pink colours. You've got crocus bulbs in here. I mean, the value is incredible. Tulips as well. And these will give you colour from February right the way through to June, even nudging into July. And your alliums there as well. Oh, you also get the allium molly that you're looking at right now. A little bit more compact, that one. And you've got the mini daffodils as well, the caniculatus. Now, if you just want alliums, we have got a magnificent collection of alliums where you get 100 bulbs for just £12.99 or £11.04. I don't know where the time has gone, but we still want to squeeze in. We have got a standard fig tree and we have got the star jasmine as well. Amazing deals today. I mean, incredible, aren't they?
Really good deals.
They're really good. And don't forget, to get the best value, you need to use that offer code. This week's code is YGTV4725. Use that offer code. You'll see 3 prices on the screen. Just to remind you, the yellow price is the club discount price. You can join the club today for £10, and that will give you 15% off all of the plants, the compost, the straws, the pots on the live show. So, you know, it's a massive saving, and you get loads of vouchers as well. Right. So I'm looking at this. I bought this about 15 years ago. And honestly, I cannot believe what mine looks like now. There was we filmed early on in was it March?
It was
actually?
March.
Yeah, March.
Yeah.
And mine now, the stem of mine is about that thick, and the top is well, the whole tree is as big as me now.
Well, it's what made me actually get it.
Oh, you bought one, didn't you?
I did. So I got it myself earlier on this year, and it was that film of Shaun's. And bear in mind, it was filmed in March, so it's bare of its leaves, it's a deciduous plant, but I just thought it looked so statuesque and so beautiful, even with nothing on it, that I was like, I need one of those. And in 15 years' time, mine's going to look good like Shaun's does. I mean, it looks great now as well, but obviously once it's matured. Now, the trick with fig is, if you want it to be a fruit-producing plant, is to keep the roots restricted, and you learnt this, didn't you?
Yeah, I actually moved mine from a pot into the ground, and in the ground it just grew loads of leaves. I got no fruit whatsoever, so I was quite ruthless. I dug it up again, shoved it back in a pot. I was a bit cruel. I mean, I really did cram it in a pot, and then again this year, loads and loads of figs.
Yeah, so it's quite exciting, isn't it, once you do get that fruit production. Personally, do you know what? I'm not a big fan of figs. I don't care whether I grow figs or not. I just think it's a really beautiful, pretty plant, and I do love the fig leaves. You know, the shape of the leaves are amazing.
And don't be scared buying it now, because this is fully winter hardy. Dad's about -15. So, you know, don't worry. But I mean, obviously, right now, it's dormant, it's lost its leaves, but get it at this price, $18.69. I often say, but you get the best buys in the winter months. You know, I'm not being funny. If this was in leaf and had some, you know, lots of figs on it, we could easily charge 2 or 3 times that price.
Definitely.
But if you buy it now, it's fully winter hardy. You've got it at $18.69 for club members, and next year you may well get lots and lots of figs. And yeah, there's mine.
And I really like this because just behind his arm, you can sort of see the one that was taken from the nursery. You can see the nursery pot there.
Yeah, that's the nursery one.
And look at the size. So the stem itself has not got any taller. It's got much thicker, it's got much girthier, but it hasn't got any taller. It's the top that's filled out, and that absolutely shows it perfectly, doesn't it?
And
look how beautiful. Perfect pause. Look at how beautiful that tree looks.
It's shocking.
It's such a pretty plant.
And you've got to remember that was filmed in March.
You did have a proper smug face at the end of that video as well, and quite rightly so, because that plant looks amazing.
It does. And do you know what? When I say I haven't looked after it, it's had no special attention whatsoever.
Yeah.
It really hasn't. So I always think that the fig brown turkey is one of the easiest varieties of fig to grow in the UK. And $18.69 with free delivery is absolutely amazing value. Right, we need to finish with the Tracheospermum star jasmine, a plant we have both got.
Yes.
Yes.
I've got 2.
I've only got 1.
I win, for a change. Right, the Tracheospermum star jasmine, an evergreen climbing plant. So really important to have a little bit of winter interest, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
My wisteria looks rubbish in winter. It drops all of its leaves. You know, I think there's a lot of climbers that just don't look great in winter. This one actually looks stunning. Now, mine is in a tower pot. It's filled that tower pot now after a couple of years of being in there. In winter, I get wonderful bronze-coloured foliage from it, but it doesn't drop its leaves. And in summer, we get all of these flowers, lovely sort of Catherine wheel, pinwheel shaped flowers that are so superbly fragranced.
And it's a great climber to actually have grown with other plants. So if you could eat, if you think, oh, could I grow it with my clematis? Yes, you could. And the fact that this is evergreen, if you've got, you know, clematis look dreadful in the winter, most of them. I've got winter flying evergreen that's lovely, but most are dreadful. This will work very well with other climbers, but it is nice. I think with climbers, we often have them to cover ugly walls and fences. So all the deciduous ones, and in the winter, you see that ugly wall again, you see that ugly fence, but that is fully evergreen and beautiful.
Yeah, it's a stunner.
And the flowers they are so fragrant, aren't they?
Like, massively fragrant. Jasmine is used a lot in perfumery because it has it's a very kind of sweet fragrance, you know, and it works so well. You get the flowers are small, but you get loads and loads of them, and they come in waves throughout the summer months. If it does start to slow down on its flowering, give it a little feed. That's what I was doing with mine this year, and it really perked it right back up again. It flowers right the way through summer as well. I'm going to say my first flowers, I reckon, came out in about June. June.
Yeah.
So June, July, August, September, and I even had flowers left on at the beginning of October as well. So I had a good 4 months trickling into 5 months of flowers.
Just loves a sunny spot. Now, we are sadly out of time. Don't forget, you can still order, you can still watch the show back. It will be uploaded on YouTube and, of course, on the YouGarden website. And don't forget, if you're not a club member, to join the club and get those amazing savings. So we are going to be live about 1ish with a little TikTok, just to give you a preview of the Black Friday deals. Bex, you're back on Sunday?
I'm back on Sunday. Yes. I'm heading home. I'm going to get in the garden, do some jobs.
And I'm going to tidy up and get ready for TikTok at 1 o'clock. So do join us then. See you soon.
Bye.